Vendetta.
Yo.
Let's go! You think I give a clear about what you do? Fuck you! Live your fucking life and don't live mine the way I want to. Straight up, you fucked up!
Dude.
Yes.
I love Vendetta.
We saw Vendetta play during lunch at the Oxnard High School amphitheater in like the quad.
That thing's like 5 feet high.
Yeah, so it's just like the cement stage.
New Nard High?
Yeah, New Nard High. Okay. And
just to put it in perspective, Joe, my freshman year was the last year at Old Nard High.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So they missed it by a long time.
We graduated.
So 95?
We graduated 08.
95 was the last.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometime.
Because I saw a band play at Nard High, Old Nard High, on the stage during lunch, and Fred threw fucking batteries at them the whole time.
Batteries?
Yeah. They were like this metal band, like a Guns N' Roses cover band, but they were friends of ours.
Yeah.
And so we just fucking went with them. And Fred just throwing batteries. That was the first time I met Fred Hammer. I can say that's 87.
He was hammering them with batteries.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like.
There's this, I think it's referred to as the amphitheater, but it's just like this 4 foot. Yeah, not even.
It's for sure 5 feet. It's like tall as shit.
Yeah, cement stage, and a few bands played. A band named Matador, shout out to Kellen Seibel, and then Arms of Kieran.
Shout out to Russell, Crusty Rusty.
And
Rusty,
then
Rusty, shout out.
Vendetta and a band called R42, which is like a little pop punk band that popped up for a little bit. And Vendetta ended up playing, and I don't remember how many songs they played. All I know is that they played.
It's about time. Ooh.
They played Step Off at Oxnard High School, and the place went crazy. Like, I mean, it was
the hardest Vince ever moshed.
Yeah. Like, obviously there's kids up front because people are just like straight curious of what's happening. But then like they start playing Step Off, which is a dope ass song, and kids started moshing, and it kind of got crazy. And then the lyrics
says fuck. Step off, back off, fuck off, or I'm going to rip your fucking head off.
Yeah, and he said that, and then the superintendent runs onto the stage. They pull the power.
Before I rip your fucking head off.
Yeah, so they pull the power, and Matt is still playing drums, and the superintendent tried to play it off as in like, okay, like calm down, everyone, like it's fine, like rock and roll, like it's cool. And we saw half Step Off, and it was completely worth it.
That rules. Whatever It Takes played Nard High too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that was like they were young. I was already long gone, but I just saw the photos of it. So
Damn.
I think they approached the school to do something like that because it had happened before, something like that. And then kind of little random thing is in the 2000 in the same era, there was a thing called Diego Palooza.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, so we had this friend.
Wait, it's called what now?
Diego Palooza.
Okay.
So we have a friend named Diego, who the story goes that he made a bet that he can throw a show and have the school pay for it, and someone's just like, no, you can't. And he was like, he's part of like student body and stuff, so he was like, bet you I can. So he put on this whole like ploy about it being about a cause or whatever, and
the Human Fund.
It was one of Violation's first shows. It was called the Mike Jensen Project.
Okay.
And a band named Aura Complex, Matador, Arms of Kieran. I don't recall if Vendetta played, but yeah, it was a badass show in the gym at OHS, like on a Saturday, and there was tons of kids. There's videos of it online, and Kellen Seibel gives a straight edge speech, which is like my favorite thing to listen to in the world.
AC/DC T-shirt, man.
Yeah, and it's cool because you could. I mean, we were like 16, 17, and you watch it, and you could see a lot of us just fucking really stoked on hardcore in those old videos, and it's cool to look back on every now and then. But,
yeah.
OHS,
Vendetta, Oxnard High School.
So Vendetta, they did 2 like CD EPs.
They did the O2 demo, the CD,
Yep.
and then the 7-inch.
Yeah, which was also a CD EP.
No,
right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
For sure. I believe so. But yeah, Vendetta, ripping band.
I think Nick Jet did their music video. Am I tripping on that?
Oh, for Around the World.
Around the
at
World.
Scary Dairy.
Scary Dairy.
I don't know if he did the.
He put out that first CD
Okay.
on
He put
Takeover
out the
Records.
No, Takeover is Scott's label. I thought. Whatever.
But yeah, I back to
Right?
MySpace, a bulletin
No?
being posted.
That's the one I'm
Vendetta
thinking
doing a
of.
music video.
I don't
Yeah, the
know.
first record came out on that other dude's label. I'm blanking on his name. I think his name's Scott. Anyway, whatever.
You guys just
Call a friend.
label nerd beefing, dude.
It kind of low key.
Well, good luck even finding Vendetta. There's fucking 17 of them.
Yeah.
Verity's vocals are some of my favorite in
Verity kills
hardcore.
it.
Yeah, why don't we just call him and sort this
Dude,
out?
yeah, we should just call Verity right now.
No. Now we can call him. Hold on, let me see if the phone's on Bluetooth.
Bluetooth?
Bluetooth.
Oh, blue, not boo.
Bluetooth? What else?
Bluetooth. What's up?
Let's see here real quick.
radio.
Let's see
Let me just say this about Dumpressor Vendetta in the next band we're about to talk about. I know I saw all of these guys at least once at a Sound and Fury or at the Skate Street or at somewhere, but I just wasn't clued in.
Yeah.
So
Jose, I already wrote Skipped Groove. I wrote a better heavy metal song than all you
yeah,
guys.
fuck
So.
you guys. Yeah. That's actually John's song. But
Well, all those bands like Downpressor and Violation and Vendetta. Well, I'd say more Downpressor Violation. They took the metal thing, like
Go on.
they took it and ran with it, and that's where a lot of hardcore is going now. Still,
yeah.
Pushing the metal boundaries for sure.
Hello.
Hey, what up? You're on the pod.
Right on. What's going on?
Hey,
What up?
we had a
What
question about the. Okay, Vendetta put out a demo, and then you did the first CD. That was Scott's label, right?
Yeah, that was on Takeover.
Yeah.
well, then how was Nick? Did Nick Jet record it?
He recorded it. He recorded it.
No,
Enjoy that
Roger
victory.
recorded it.
Roger recorded it. Roger recorded both.
Roger recorded. Yeah, Roger recorded.
I'm thinking New
everything
View
except
Records.
for-
Nick is New View.
Yeah, Nick did New View. That's what came out. Time will tell. And yeah, he also did the little 1917 comp that we were on. And then that got re-recorded on Time Will Tell as well.
There's 2 recordings of a Vendetta song from the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
One's got a different ending.
I gotta fucking listen to this.
Well, you got to watch the endings of your songs because Omega Point will steal them.
Andrew, it's Mikey. I have a question.
Yo, what's up?
What up? Did Nick Jet have any part in that music video you guys did for Around the World?
If I remember correctly, yeah, I think so. He was the one that put us in touch with Gordo, who's the guy that filmed it, and
And he put out
I
the
think that
record
whole-
that had that song on it.
yeah, the whole thing was Nick's. I think it was Nick's idea. That was like, let's make a video for the song. So
I just had to get my right answer in there a little bit.
I'm just wrong. Over here.
yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. All this stuff is so long ago. It's hard to put all the pieces together, but
How do you think
Yeah.
I feel?
dude, I can only imagine. Is that you, that Phil?
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Yeah, what's up?
What up, fool?
Where you guys at right now?
We're at the Airbnb. We're over here in, it's like a couple,
It's by Circle K in Ventura downtown.
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Oh, right on.
yeah. If you,
Sounds good. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat with Roger. Maybe we'll catch up with you guys at some point.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, let's meet up at PJ Grunts later.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right, see ya.
All right, late.
It's still open, isn't it?
I don't know.
PJ's?
I would
I've
hope
been there
so.
before.
It is, yeah.
PJs?
I know this girl that
You gotta-
shops in
you
Trader
gotta
Joe's.
nuke
She
that shit to
she
get rid of
dances
it, bro.
there.
What?
You gotta nuke PJs to get rid of it. Like, that shit.
You know what's messed up? When I lived in Camarillo, I used to go there all the time because, like, I'd come down and it was like the first time that I was like working a real job, and so I had some money, and I would go to Best Buy on like the weekend to buy like DVDs and shit, and then there'd be like traffic going back to like
You'd be like, let me wait this out.
there'd be traffic going back to Cambria. I'd be like, might as well stop and get a picture. I just go get a picture. I think like Coors on tap was like $5 for a picture or something.
Yeah, it's super cheap there.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
go on a picture like
God.
almost every Sunday.
The only time I ever was there was with you. After like the Henry benefit or one of the shows at the thing. No, because you guys went and played Hollywood right after that. But something else that you
No. The one we went and played LA after. We went and played the Smell after that was the one for brand the cruise.
Edwina's. Yeah. So it was after Henry's thing.
Henry one.
Then. Or during it, like because that was a super long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go blow off some steam at PJ's.
I walk in there, I'm like, God, this place is gross.
Hater.
Straight up.
Remember they
straight up
closed it? They
landmark.
closed it for like 6 months, and all they did was put in a big ass TV.
They gave it a new paint job.
Yeah.
It's not pink anymore. It's yellow.
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Sounds like a reason to go.
So the next band we're going to talk about,
It's who, Joe?
Violation.
Deep force in my head. It's all coming down. So you do it now.
Oh,
Violation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get
So
violated.
same era is like Downpresser starting around the same time, right?
Yeah, around that time. Yeah,
And
Yeah.
again, Riff Masters
totally out the gate.
out the gate, but going a little more speed, maybe like the. You think? No,
I think more
they had
like
fast parts though. No,
They had fast parts, but it was definitely more like that '90s New York hardcore sound, like
Yeah.
like Marauder, Madball, but it just there's a lot of metal tinge to that, even in
The
the demo.
Off My Case demo, more specifically New York influenced.
Yeah, I'd say.
Possessed and Devoured is what really integrated that like metal.
Yeah.
they're going
like-
crossover.
Yeah, like the last record, Devoured, is like straight up metal.
I love that album artwork.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
I
All of them.
love
Even
Possessed is sick as fuck.
the
too.
Possessed. I
That
wanted
one's-
to get that tattooed, dude.
That one's cool
Yeah.
too, but that I don't know, dude. Like the tornado or the cyclone or
Yeah,
whatever.
ripping that
That
dude,
is
that
so
little
ill.
shadow of that dude.
Yeah, and like the color scheme and all that. Always just a really competent band. Like right out the gate, they again like how we talked about Retaliate benefiting from kind of doing our shit right around when the Alpine was going.
Yeah.
Violation benefited from that as well.
Yeah,
of like coming out and being a band and having a club open. It's so important for young bands to be able to have somewhere to play. Right.
For sure, yeah. They played a lot of the upstairs shows, which then they integrated into the Sound of Furies. They're off my case demo was, I remember like the show that it was like handed out. They were like the upstairs loft had that little bar kind of
snack bar.
snack bar in the back, and they were just like all laid out there, and people were just snagging them. And then I remember just blowing up overnight. You started seeing like shirts at school, and everyone was all about it. And yeah, they played tons of shows, and then they
played
got Possessed.
pretty much every show. Then Possessed, they had a good they had a good time bracket to like release it. They released it on Sound and Fury Records.
Yeah, it was number one.
It was number one, and I remember that was a really big deal for that year. It was 2007.
They released it the week or so after Sound and Fury 2007, and I remember it got passed around like the 805 crew. So when they
I remember
started
we
playing
heard
the
it.
Possessed songs, like
Yeah,
it was a fun time because everyone kind of like the locals knew what it was, and yeah, they really blew up. They toured the East Coast once. Benji went with them.
Shout out Fly Out Gary.
Yeah, and I don't think they did other tours like
They did
anything
Canada.
else.
They did a Canada tour.
Okay.
Sick.
But,
How many shows did they do in Canada?
I don't know, and I forget who they went with,
Huh.
but
That's super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
yeah,
they had a good run, dude.
Gary,
great band.
the guitarist, and Nathan was the other guitarist. Super musically inclined.
Yeah, Gary's a riff master.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't know if you guys were ever into MMA, but there was like this fight that got built up for so long. It was like for the hardcore fans, it was like the biggest MMA fight in history. Up at that point, it was when Fedor fought Crow Cop. And I was living in Camarillo, and like I had like 15 people coming over to some shit, and my fucking like cable went out. And like, so we couldn't watch the fight there, and I was like calling, and they're like, oh, it's like, we'll come out and fix it on Monday. It's like, motherfucker, Fedor Crow Cop is tonight. Like, what are you doing? So we're calling all our friends, like, oh, who can come over? Because not a lot of people have their own spot, you know, in like mid-20s, like that are renting, you know? And, but Gary had a spot over in Ventura. Actually, I think just over off Seaward right here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, fuck yeah, bring the crew, let's go. So like 15 of us go over to Gary's spot to watch Fedor Crow Cop. And then after we were wasted, we had no time to like go get supplies because like it was all last minute and shit. So we had to get like the pizza man, like we're paying him off to like go get us Jägermeister and fucking whatever the fuck, you know, like all that shit. And then we were so wasted by the end of the event. Fucking, I remember my old roommate Noah Izard, like he dropped a fucking elbow smash on the top of Ryan's car and like fucking caved in the ceiling. Like Ryan's like, what? Why'd you do that?
So hyped, dude.
Why'd you do that?
He's all fight of the century, bro.
Yeah, it's like Fedor Crow Cop. Anyway, so shout out Gary for letting us watch Fedor Crow Cop.
So yeah, Violation. So there's one show that they played. I think it was the Piece by Piece show.
The Upstairs Alpine one?
Yeah, Upstairs Alpine. They opened with a Biohazard Punishment intro, shut off the lights, and it was the first time I feared for my fucking
same,
life.
dude. I was like,
It was so fucking
shit.
scary.
You know, one thing I've been wanting to do, actually, since our very first tour in 01, we played this basement show with Striking Distance. And what they did for, I think it was their last song, they killed all the lights and put a strobe on during the mosh part.
Oh, fuck.
And it was so fucked because, like, you're moshing and you just see a hand coming, you know, like
That's my crazy.
you see it all old timey style, like fucking 1915 movie on the crank,
slides.
it's like ugh.
There's a band in Philadelphia called Ink and Dagger that has like they kind of do that. They do the whole set like that.
Oh,
it's
dude.
creepy. Like there's a few videos, not every single show, but they're like, I don't know if you're
That reunion
them,
show,
but
they did that.
There are a lot of they're like vampire
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
Shout out to Dave Wagon Shoots.
I've just always wanted to do that for a big mosh part. Like, kill the fucking, if you could do it, kill the lights, hit the strobe, and it's like, that shit's fucking scary, dude.
So something else funny about MySpace and like a story about those times in general. So MySpace tried to like do a thing where they did something like YouTube. It was like MySpace video, like a separate section of that. And a friend of ours recorded that Violation set with that Punishment No Lights intro, and then it went into Possessed. And the video, John Glue has this giant green Hulk styrofoam, like
Nice.
The Hulk hands.
Hulk hand.
Yeah.
And he is just, for some reason, stage diving, but every time he crosses the stage, just punching Mike Jensen. And Mike Jensen finally gets fed up and turns around and punches him like
With the
right
mic.
in the fucking head with the microphone, and ended up breaking his hand. And the video was only on MySpace, and when MySpace went, so did the videos. But yeah, it's a cool
bummer.
video to watch because it was pretty early on in Possessed, and like it was one of the first times they played some of those riffs, and the place popped off.
Yeah.
That rules.
Dope.
Cool band. And possible reunion this year. We'll see. Right?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I mean,
That was the rumor for last year.
Jensen's always down,
Yeah.
and I know the bassist is MIA a little bit. I think they know where he's at. He's just not affiliated with hardcore. Kitagawa's still fucking kicking.
No, totally.
Yeah. Outnumbered. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them, dude, for sure. And Minus. But the thing with like Violation, basically, I think Santa Barbara Carp, Ojai, kind of took over the 805
For a while.
for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like Minus Downpressor
Ability.
They took hold of this whole area in terms of like music and like getting it out there.
They were playing in Ventura constantly, but
Yeah.
it was the Santa Barbara bands that kind of held it together.
Yeah, I'd say until Dead Heat. I say Dead Heat's like the
When it
one
comes to reaching out
Yeah.
of Ventura
Yeah,
County,
playing
or
outside
the
of this
805
area.
in general, it was because there was always bands in Oxnard, but none of them kind of had that reach like the Santa Barbara bands did.
yeah.
Cool. Well, talking about another band that got out there for sure. How about the Warriors?
Oh, for sure.
Wake up from your self-righteous death. You realize you mean nothing or worthless to read. You're a thing, son of an all. You have no right to look down on me. Wake up, when I never tried.
Changed my life.
Take it away, dude.
Straight up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man, War as Hell. So I got into hardcore about the time that this dropped and when the Alpine opened. So I, like you said earlier.
Now we are talking Nardcore bands, so should we clarify this? I would say that they were a Tehachapi band.
Yeah, no,
They were. Let's clarify. But
But they turned into an Oxnard band because I think it's by the second record or maybe the third
Yeah.
record. It's like 4 out of 5.
Yeah, Charlie had joined. And
Yeah,
all
Charlie
that
joined.
stuff.
You had Matt,
Yeah, so Donnie and Danny.
but it's the two brothers that are writing everything this time. Yeah, Donnie and
Correct.
Danny.
Yeah, and so I have a really random story. So I have my uncle's wife was originally from Tehachapi, and I had the War as Hell sweater, and I go visit. They're hosting some holiday, so we go to Tehachapi. I walk in the door, and this older gentleman who's like in his 60s, he's like, "The Warriors, ever heard of With Without You?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm just like, "What the fuck?" I'm like 16. I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, like I it's a small town. I give guitar lessons. I taught the guitarist of With Without You and the guitarist of the Warriors how to play guitar when they were kids." And I was like, "Oh,
cool.
dude, it's so sick."
Yeah.
And so that's like what my introduction to Tehachapi. And by the way, With Without You, I love them as well. But yeah, they were Tehachapi band, and Hobby was the only member from Oxnard, and it migrated this direction.
Yeah.
But War as Hell was super important, and some of those shows were legendary to me.
like that show, the Juvenile Defiance show at Upstairs Alpine.
The Warriors played that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Violent.
That was the yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
The Warriors, Vendetta, Violation, Down Presser, Juvenile Defiance.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a banger of a show. And that was upstairs?
that was upstairs,
dude. It was such a fucking banger, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got out of school at like 3 p.m. and I walked the Alpine and just waited.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
What's the hell was a show for upstairs?
Yeah, it was upstairs, and it was packed up. It had a vibe, unlike downstairs, obviously, because you had a lot of moshing. But with this, you just had a lot of just pure sing-alongs.
Yeah.
But War as Hell was pretty important, and some of the records as they progressed, they always release good music, and the new record is solid as well.
Yeah.
But War as Hell holds a special place in my heart for sure, and especially for this generation, this decade we're speaking of.
Just throw this out there too, that Roger did record all
All of them,
it.
correct.
Fucking wild.
So,
He didn't record the third one, but he was there as a...
well,
The
he
Genuine
was
Sense
in
of
the
Outrage
band.
one?
He was playing on it, right?
I'm not sure. He was like... Because he said that the third one, I believe, is the one where they had a budget from a label to go do. And he said it was a different guy that was engineering it.
Right.
And he learned, like, that was like a pivotal moment in Roger's career because he learned a shit ton from that guy. He was like he was in the studio, but the guy would give him projects. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Right.
I mean, you could
Sorry
still
to
say
derail you guys.
he was.
No, don't
He was definitely there. You got to consider him a producer at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get the Warriors. So many people passed through it. I can't remember who played on what.
Yeah.
But I was tripping because I was thinking like, oh, who was in the band in the on War as Hell, and it was what we talked about.
Yeah.
Like it's all the Tehachapi dudes
The guy that played bass,
And
I
Javi.
forget his name.
and Javi.
Yeah.
And Javi, and then I think it's like same lineup, maybe second record also.
It
then
starts
'cause
to shift a
I
little
just
bit,
looked
yeah.
at like the third record and was like, hey, it is all Oxnard guys,
Yeah.
except for Marshall. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, on the new record that just got released, I think Danny and Donnie had a part in that.
oh, huge part.
Everybody,
Yeah, huge.
That's
part.
everybody
Big
that's ever
live
been in the
effort.
band had a part
Yeah.
to do with it. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's great, and Roger knocked it out of the park production wise, and
Yes.
it's a cool record. Everyone needs to check out the Warriors Monolith. It's on Pure Noise Records.
Not artwork.
Monomyth?
Monolith, I believe, right?
Yes.
I think it's a myth.
Monomyth, dude.
Monomyth. That's a
think
complicated word.
Hold on.
The artwork is
I'm with Zach on this one.
Unbelievable.
Monomyth or monolith?
Monomyth, dog.
Monomyth?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like they're pulling some old
Hey,
shit
L,
like
L is
it's
right
a
next to
single
M
myth.
in the alphabet.
Monomyth. No, but it's like some old shit, right? They're pulling up like
Yeah.
from Sumerian history or some shit. That
Fuck yeah.
I'm not well versed on.
Neither.
I watched out of Ventura College.
God.
What? I took a World Civ class at Ventura College.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strand High right there.
Silver Strand High School. Yeah, so who we got?
One more.
I see.
last one.
No.
Oh,
No,
there's
Total
two bands.
Resistance.
There's two bands.
Oh,
Studio
yeah.
Control and then Total Resistance.
Okay, let's do it. Control.
Who's that?
Who's that? Fucking band, dude.
Some fucking Fulios.
Some disrespectful kids that broke my headphones.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Which
you
was
did the
actually
symbol?
Roger.
You did the symbol?
episode one,
You
no
did the
mono.
symbol?
I didn't throw a symbol. I threw
Yeah,
the
you did.
tapes.
No, you threw. Oh, you threw the tapes.
I threw the tapes.
No, because
threw the
Tony had a
tapes.
symbol or something.
I threw the tapes.
No, because he,
He
said
was-
you
he
can
had
keep
the
your
symbol.
keep
You
your
gotta
fucking
throw this
symbol.
microphone, bro.
He was gonna.
Why would you throw the tapes and then say you can keep your fucking symbol, bro? No, you fucking frisbeed the fucking. You frisbeed the symbol at him and said you can keep your fucking
But
symbol.
I threw the tapes at you, or at him.
Oh well, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, they were in a box.
I believe it. Cool.
Like the demos?
Yeah, because it's like on a reel.
And I gave him the symbol earlier in the night, and then he tried to give it back.
Oh,
to me.
that's what it
Here's the
was.
fucking symbol back. I'm like, keep the fucking symbol.
Okay. What's all set
So-
on now?
Bad.
In control.
In control.
So that's how it
All right, well,
started.
moving on. to Total Resistance.
we covered IC. It was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That's good.
No, it's not good. You guys were fucking amazing. Ryan was
1999, dude.
insane. Well, okay,
tried.
so that's the demo.
Oh yeah, our story didn't make the cutoff for the 2000s.
yeah.
We
So,
shouldn't have told that.
Well, edit that shit. 100 Patreons.
Well, let's talk
come on.
about another year. No, let's talk about the Truth Hurts. I think this pod has talked about another year a lot, and not a lot of the Truth Hurts, which is another year is a better. It's like it's a record that means more to me, but I think I like the Truth Hurts more.
Both suffer from like from pre easily to get a good recording. How do you describe that? Like I don't know. It's hard to know how to
Yeah.
record back then. Like and Truth Hurts. It was our fault. Paul Miner did his best. That was straight up some Oxnard Sloppo shit. Because
How many places did you guys record that?
we recorded the drums and some of the guitar at, I think that was For the Record, which is where Paul was at the time. And then he used to live with Mandel, and he had there was like a little granny flat out back that he turned into like a studio. So you could record guitars there, just not drums. So we did a bunch of stuff there, and maybe the backups. Now the backup vocals came out great. I will say that. But I don't know. I think I was telling Roger something because I was like, how'd this end up sounding so whack, you know? And I was explaining to Roger, Tony just showed up, he was missing lugs and shit on his drums, we're just Sloppo style,
Wow.
And so I think the whole record is kind of trying to bury that, and then I don't know. But song wise, I actually listened to this record a couple of weeks ago, and I fucking love it. You know, after a few songs, I can settle into well, this is how it's gonna sound.
Just going on the ride, yeah.
Yeah, and then just take the ride.
That's fucking funny.
You know, and
Yeah, I know.
man, I was firing back then. That's the best songwriting I ever did for sure.
That intro is
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah,
And another year, I mean, obviously.
Great intro,
Yeah,
but
but The Truth Hurts, it hits different.
yeah.
yeah, it was just
And it's a single track. I feel like I Know the Year has to go into the next song. But the truth hurts.
The truth hurts and can go
You can
wherever.
just play whatever.
Yeah, I always struggled with like knowing what to do with that, and then it puts your record in a weird spot too. Like, because do you title the intro, or you don't want to have intro written out
In the
like,
middle?
just on the back of the record, like intro, like that just is lame.
Well, okay, so funny story.
Of course, now we're in the same predicament with the new Retaliate record.
So
Never learn.
speaking of the times where we had to like burn CDs, right?
Uh-huh.
Someone burned me in CD, but they didn't write intro, but it's a separate track.
Yep.
So every single song I had was named incorrectly.
Yep.
I think that's every
I think
In-Control
that's-
burned copy is
Yeah.
like that. Like Roberts was burned completely backwards.
Yeah.
But another year or so it started with the and then like 10 minutes of silence into Two Towers.
He's like, yo, this is bold.
He's like, yo, this is weird.
This
but
is a
I'm into it.
concept album.
But The Truth Hurts has two of my favorite songs, Where the Glory Lies. Fucking good ass song.
Yeah.
And then
Heaviest
Just Can't
songs.
Win. Yeah, Just Can't Win is also
Oh, dude.
my banger.
Sure. fucking-
And then Two Towers is it, but Once Upon a Town is fucking can't deny that shit, man.
Yeah, and then we forgot to credit the guy on the record.
The dude
Feel bad
from
about that. Staggold.
Stable guy.
It's me going back and forth with him. Like Ryan only says like one line on that song. Oh,
But just to kind of put in perspective how big a stamp In Control has in the city of Oxnard, my brother and sister, who are 5 or 6 years younger than me, have no relation to hardcore with the exception of being related to me, can sing Two Towers from like start to finish.
that's cool.
Like that's how catchy of a song it is,
Yeah.
and how relatable it is.
yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Fucking great, dude.
Then on the pod, Ryan's like, yeah, I couldn't really relate because I was getting laid.
So good, dude.
I was like, God damn
You're
it.
drinking by yourself another lonely night? Not me.
I mean, I'm getting laid. But yeah, I appreciate you talking about Truth Hurts. I love it. I love both records, and I love the band. I'm dismissive because it's weird to talk about yourself.
Sure.
Only episode 1 is comfortable doing those things.
No, am I? Now?
No, you're like
Postmaster
I
over
can,
here.
I can only do it because I can see how uncomfortable you are when you have to do it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, live in Joe's shoes for a minute and
Yeah.
just do it. So
I can relate to how terrible a record sounds to yourself, especially your own music. And then
I'm dealing with that
like
right now.
3 songs or 2 songs into it, you're like, okay, well,
you guys just had your best recording.
This is
No, I know,
this,
it was a
this
joke.
is it. I guess this is it. You know,
Yeah.
because the last days is that way for me. But
Yeah.
by the time Shoes starts, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, here we go.
Like, this is it.
I have a question in regards to In Control. So I think I've heard you say on the past, like, In Control was not big while you guys were like a band.
Yeah, well, outside of... Okay, so... It probably took us... Okay, so this is... Our first show was the last Laser Star show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that show was big, but, like, that's just curiosity, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because that's... Yeah, anyway. That was 99. And so that summer, all those Laser Star shows were all, like, really sparsely attended.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest show this summer was 97A, which probably had about 75 kids. But the In Control, like, our first show was pretty big, but there was also supposed to be a shit ton of bands on the show. That
It was a
ended up
banger
not
show. It was like
playing.
18 Visions, Throwdown, Carry On, you guys.
Yeah, but those bands didn't play. 18 Visions and Throwdown didn't play, for sure.
What?
Yeah, they're not there.
Throw
That's just
them on
a-
the flyer.
There's 2 flyers for that show, and one of them has the Third Degree on there too.
Yeah, I think that it was Carry On, In Control, and Third Degree, probably.
Oh shit,
Yeah, but there was still, like, I don't know, 200 plus.
that's cool.
Yeah, so, but then the next year, there's no clubs in, like, Nard proper.
Yeah.
Nard Ventura, anywhere. So it's like the closest you have is the living room, which is hard for, we're 20, but that's like right out of our teens. Not anyone has a car, and so that's just pretty far to go. You can draw 100 kids at home. You draw 25 kids, 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. And then so they're the Cobalt, PCH, Shea Cafe, and then, Headline Records, and then other clubs coming and going. And no, we wouldn't draw over 50 people for at least probably till, I don't know, until Ojai's up and going.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Ojai started, then it was like, I don't know why that place was able to get momentum and
One
the
road
living-
in and one road out, dude. So
No,
weird.
but why people were willing to make the
Drive.
The
drive,
drive
there
just
and
to
not
the
the
living
drive to the living room. Like,
because it doesn't feel as far. It is
to me, it
maybe.
felt further just because I was worried about getting pulled over more, and and you're on
that
those
single
roads.
road, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. By then, but then also outside of Nard, we only ever did well in San Diego. Well,
Yeah.
our final year in 04, we did good in NorCal. Like we played Gilman.
You guys did the rival records, turn into rivalry.
Yeah, we did that.
You guys did that showcase. You guys headlined that showcase.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. I don't remember that. I mean, I remember going there because we played there. So this is funny. So we did play that show, obviously. I just don't remember any details of it. But the other time that we played that place, I think it was called the Danville Grange. And these are like the suburbs outside of the Oakland area or the Bay
Under
Area,
Danville,
Yeah. So the first time we were going up there, we were going to play with Hoods and some other bands. And we fucking break down on the 5, like where there's that slaughterhouse, where it just smells like fucking cow death.
Cowschwitz?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, fuck, this is terrible. Like, whatever ranch that is. We break down there. So, like, whatever, dude. We always have that 100-mile AAA. So we're like, we're going to tow the whole way to the show. So we're towing to the show, and then the fucking tow truck breaks down. Oh, so then they had to send 2 more tow trucks. So then still, we, like, get back on. We tow all the way to the show, all the way from there to Danville, which is, like, it's got to be 300 miles or
effort,
whatever,
dude.
150 miles, some shit. Yeah, we get off, we go, we set up, and then the show got shut down before we played a note.
Holy shit, dude.
Got shut down after we set up and before we played a note.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I guess that wiped out my memories of the other show at that place.
Sure. Makes sense.
I
think Allegiance played.
Yeah, well, all those rivalry bands were doing pretty good at that time.
Yeah.
Shout out Kyle Whitlow if you're listening. That was fun to do something with him, and so like out of town we weren't popular until the last year.
I've heard you say that. And the reason why I asked because like I got into hardcore 05, so like there's a handful of people that are our age from this group that some of their first show was your last show.
Yeah.
My wife was at your last show. Like I said, I got there a year after. So like when I was discovering, someone slid me that awfully titled rip CD of another year, and then I was like, well, what the fuck? Where's In Control? And there's like, oh, dude, it's like their last they broke up, blah blah. And then 09 comes around, and you guys do that.
Yeah.
And I I wasn't around for that, so I guess I was just curious, but
we broke up kind of slow too. So like I broke up the band at the end of, we toured twice in the year 03, and then we were going to go to Europe at the end of 03, and this label, I can't remember the label. They were going to put out some record, like I think maybe we're doing, it sounds so stupid to say, but like a greatest hits, like they're doing like kind of a compilation record or some shit of ours, and then we were going to go tour Europe, and like the day or so before we booked our airline tickets, Paul quit the band, who was our drummer at the time, and like we couldn't get any drummer. And then Matt was only 16. He was like playing with us a little bit, and it was the end of us being a touring band. And so that's when I broke up the band, because I never wanted to be just a local band.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to always have like the band progressing, and so we kind of like announced we were breaking up. So like the last year was pretty good because most people knew like that's a wrap.
Yeah.
And I think we only played 5 or 6 shows in the year 2004, but people knew it was like gonna be last time, and so it's kind of like, well, that I think a lot of it was like pity. Like,
Yeah.
well, that band really tried hard.
They had a lot of potential.
They played a lot of fucking shows. So let's give it up to In Control.
well, dude, like
But
seriously,
we didn't really like
I mean,
them.
like on the DVD, like the fact that you chronologically ordered like every fucking show that you guys have played, like
A lot
Did
of
you
shows.
you plan to do that,
No, and
or that's like best of memory
in
at the
Acacia,
time?
no,
dude.
I'm not an archiver at all, and that's like one of the things I'm most thankful for is that I kept notes of every single show we ever played.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you start something and you stick with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy as long as you start for the first one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But no, we played all the shows. That's all legit.
My wife and I have the last show flyer like framed.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere like in our.
Yeah, I got it framed at work also because we never got to play with No Motive until like finally for our last show. We're like,
Yeah.
hey, do you guys want to play our last show? And so they played it because I would have loved to play with No Motive for
As much as you could.
yeah, but it's kind of a different scene, and I don't know. Max says now that they would have had us play with them, but I don't think that. I think they, whatever. I don't think they wanted to play with us at the time, and so yeah, on the flyer,
Yeah.
it's like just remember the one time we played together, we headlined.
Wow, dude.
But that's in control. I can talk all day.
All right.
Thank you guys for the nice words.
Yeah.
So
Last band.
One more.
Total Resistance.
Total
T
Resistance.
fucking R, man.
From the way of today. Back to God from a man for mistakes. There's more message to be learned. Not to say
They deserve a Hall of Fame spot. This band played a lot. They played their fucking heart out every time.
Yeah.
And only the friends cared for the most part. It's like
But they
had
never let it stop them.
they never let it stop them, yeah. And they always had such a big crew. And similar to like In Control Stories, like they always rolled to every show with 20 people, and it was like the same people. They knew all the words, and it was like it would just make people turn their heads and be like, "Who the fuck is this band?"
Yeah.
And notably, the record that I think we should talk about is "What Lies Ahead," which I think was a CD, but fucking great CD. Josiah, I think Josiah recorded all that.
I'm pretty sure Josiah recorded it,
Yeah.
and he
Onyx.
still is doing that. Yeah, Onyx Studios. And
Second
Josiah is responsible for a lot of demos that have come out of Oxnard in the 805, even to current day.
And he's now playing in Ursula.
He's in Ursula,
Correct,
in
yeah,
Decision
which
Band.
is a Decision Band. And overall, just a cool dude. All those guys are super cool. Gus,
The kid that
Miho,
works at
Toppers.
Josiah.
the tavern.
That's
No.
oh yeah. He does sound for the tavern.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They hire him to do that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, all the Joe got one right.
Joe got his in.
I can't wait till I get mine.
And yeah, so I always try to think back because I went to Haydock, and I went to a birthday party show thing, and I there was a band that played, and I'm pretty sure it was Total Resistance, like early days, like fresh out of the garage with the instruments that they got for Christmas type shit.
Yeah.
And I can't say for certain, but I think it's them. And seen them a lot. Probably next to Downpressors, the band I've seen the most in Oxnard in the 805. And yeah, they always give it 100%.
It was it, yeah.
Well, they were a little bit of a bridge band too, right? Like
I think so.
They're earlier than Downpressor and Violation.
They're really
Yeah,
early.
no,
They're like-
yeah.
I think their demo was like, and I'm gonna butcher it. I want to say like 03.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not entirely sure.
So I think
Force
Vi-
didn't do that? The demo?
I don't know.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, for some reason I think he did. But, sorry.
No, it's all good.
That's okay.
But it's kind of like a vendetta thing.
That could have been yours,
story.
dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
dude. Yeah, you should have corrected him.
That could have been the fact he smashed.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, so
I'm talking
one,
Nardcore Manor. Force had that set up, and I'm pretty sure that they
Oh, that makes
rehearsed
sense.
there
Oh, they might have, yeah.
And,
Fucking 15-song demo.
And Force recorded that. And what's Angel's band?
Come on, you guys gotta like one of these. just choose your own demo.
Angel Chavez.
Choose whatever 5 of these 15 songs. That's our
like
demo.
3 demos.
I know.
Oh yeah.
What's Angel?
Not for me to shit on a long demo.
What's Do you remember his Angel Chavez?
I know like 6 Angel Chavez's growing up in Oxnard. Dude.
What's that kid's name?
But yeah, one thing that's like to note about, like we always say they have a big friend group, but whenever they did, there's always stories about whenever they do like gang vocals, like it's a straight party.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
their game
Party.
vocal sounds so good.
Yeah.
Because there's literally a
Shit
show.
ton of people.
There's a show.
And they always they're notorious for like keeping their outtakes and like putting them on like as like secret tracks
Yeah.
and whatnot. But yeah, TR. Shout out to all them. Shout out to Jacob holding it down in Denver.
I feel like they were the band that when A Control broke up, like it kind of got
Yeah, I 100%
for sure
agree.
until like more
100%.
bands came along.
Yeah, and they
100%.
went with that melodic sound that I feel like there was a definite, like there was like the punks, and then you had like the heavier hardcore, and then you had like the TR thing. Like that TR, they had their own little scene within Oxnard
Yeah,
for sure.
a lot of it was like Pacifica and Rio Mesa. Just straight, that was the crew.
Yeah. See, it was always cool because I feel
Right,
like
which songs I keep fighting to. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
and then Josiah did Second Best Fest because he had a little label called Second X Best, and he had a little fest in El Rio.
In El Rio on Collins.
Yeah, at
His name is Sias.
Si's house.
Yeah. El Rio has like big lots, so it's like a half acre. And there's like a front house, big stretch of land, back house, and in that big stretch of land, they just had a little festival. And Downpresser played it, and they
played the last one.
covered Two Towers or Once Upon a Town.
Once Upon a Town.
There you go. Yeah.
And Jacob sang it. It was really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenji Shack.
That's Nyland Acres.
He was talking about having space.
Yeah.
That was a lot of space.
All right. Well, that was fun. The 2000s, huh?
That wraps it.
Yeah. Oh, they're over now, and they're never coming back. So
No.
bummer.
So that was our
Rest in
Hall
peace.
of Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 20 years, right?
Yeah, 20 years. It's got to be 20.
Yep. Can't Hall of Fame shit.
No.
But if we did one, had them poached demos going right in.
Dude. Well, the clam song.
Hey, I'm a clam, and I'm not happy. In fact, my life is pretty crappy.
I can't believe it, dude.
Anyway, thanks so much, Mikey, for sitting in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Appreciate it.
It's great having you.
Love you, dog.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, everyone. We will see you next week. What are you going to do? You're going to smash that Patreon button, right? Little Oxnard barking spider.
Yeah, dude. First fart on the pod.
Yep. All right.